So in the middle of cleaning up my bedroom, I now have easy access to my video game and movie shelf right here. And now I can do a proper update on my movie collection, which I might have to separate in 3 different videos. So this will be part 1, where I will show all of my Blu-rays. And I have some Blu-rays on that shelf. They're like down lower, so I will have to move all this out the way when I get to that. And then part 2 will be my DVD collection, which is the bottom 2 rows, which goes all the way over where this stuff is blocking. And if I go over here, I have all of these as well in this shelf, so I have to go through those. Geez. Maybe the entire bottom part I'll make part 2, and on the other shelf over there, I'll make that the final part for part 3. So I'm going to put my camera on my tripod, and yeah, I'll go through each of the Blu-rays I have, which some are right here as well that I don't have a spot for yet. Okay, so starting off with these animes here, I have the Street Fighter 2 collection. I also have Akira, the complete series of Cowboy Bebop, and the complete series of Samurai Champloo. And I have way more animes than these on regular DVD. I think the most anime I have in my collection is from Dragon Ball Z, since I was really into Dragon Ball Z growing up. But going down to this shelf here, all of these are just video games. So starting out with this one, Godzilla King of the Monsters, one of my favorite films of 2019. And I did enjoy the first one quite a bit, which is right here. Alright. So moving on, once I put that back, I have Pokemon Detective Pikachu, the special steelbook from Best Buy. It comes with a collectible card, I guess. Blade Runner 2049. I did enjoy this. There's not really a lot of action in this. It's heavy with a lot of philosophical stuff. So if you're into like that deep philosophical sci-fi stuff, I would recommend watching the sequel to Blade Runner, which is Blade Runner 2049. And I do have the director's cut of the first movie on regular DVD. But I did enjoy this movie quite a bit for what it was, even though it's not filled with a lot of action, so I don't know if it's for everyone. It might not hold a lot of people's attention. If you have a short attention span, then you'll probably not like it. So I have these special double features here from Amazon of Godzilla Tokyo SOS, Godzilla Final Wars, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters Attack, or Giant Monsters All Out Attack, also known as GMK for short, and Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, which is a remake of the original, because they have updated looks in that one. Alright. I have the steelbook of Ghost in the Shell. And I don't know why a lot of people were hating on this movie about the whole whitewashing of the character that was played by Scarlett Johansson in this. I really liked it. You know, for a modern sci-fi flick that's based off a Japanese animated film and an animated series, I did not mind this film. I thought it was pretty awesome. Really awesome. So if you like sci-fi, I would recommend checking out Ghost in the Shell. If you're an anime fan and, you know, you're a hardcore purist of the original Japanese animated film, then I don't know how you might feel about the live action movie, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Alright. Another favorite of mine of this year, Alita Battle Angel. I got the special Target exclusive that comes with the USB wristband. Moving on to this shelf. This didn't even come with a normal Blu-ray box because I got this in a special gift set that came with two statues, one of the T-Rex and the other one is the Indominus Rex. And the DVDs came in like this tin can thing, so I guess it comes with the special 3D Blu-ray, the regular Blu-ray, and DVD. Also, these are my most favorite action films of all time. Raid Redemption and the Raid 2. Now, well, I would say prior to this, my favorite action film of all time was Terminator 2, which I do have in my collection that you'll see later on. But currently, Raid Redemption and Raid 2, oh my god. I mean, I don't know if this is for everyone. It depends if you like foreign films with like a lot of martial arts or close quarter combat scenes. And yeah, it gets intense with a lot of that stuff in both of these films. Every time I am talking about movies with like my friends, I always recommend Raid and Raid 2 as one of like the best action films of all time. And I'm assuming my friends are not really into this kind of stuff, so like they end up not seeing it. And it kind of annoys me because they're missing out on good stuff here, Raid and Raid 2. Alright, so moving on, I have Inception, directed by Christopher Nolan, I believe. I can't remember if he did this before or after Dark Knight. I want to say he did this after the Dark Knight trilogy. It has the weird lithograph cover there. It's a cool movie. It's about dreams within dreams within dreams, and you know, they go inside people's dreams and figure out stuff, and it's really trippy. Another one of my favorite films on Blu-ray, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I even have all 6 books, I think. I can't remember if it was 6 or more, but I do have the books, and I did see the movie in theaters. And it's funny because I remember going to the theater to see this, and this old man was sitting in there, and he got up and just left. He probably thought he was watching the wrong movie. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. District 9. I think this was by Neil Blomkamp? Yeah, by Neil Blomkamp. Great sci-fi movie. I don't know what else to say. Great special effects. It's, man. I really don't know what more I can say about this amazing sci-fi flick. And the action is very, very visceral, very graphic and in your face, and it's good. It's good. It has a very realistic, gritty feel to it too. And it looks incredible on Blu-ray. Tron. I want to say Legacy? Yeah, Tron Legacy, okay. I wasn't sure at first. I did go see this at the theaters with my friends. I loved it because I did like the first Tron. And when it came out with this this Blu-ray, this one came with both films. It came with the first film, the classic one, the original, and it came with, of course, the second film, which is called Tron Legacy, and of course this includes the 3D Blu-ray as well. So I loved it. I really liked it a lot. It was very interesting sequel and a very cool sci-fi film. I would put it in the sci-fi genre for sure. Sucker Punch. Basically an action-packed fantasy film? I guess you would call this a fantasy film. But it's a pretty cool film. It's not going to win any Oscars, but it's a cool film. Cool fantasy action, or action fantasy. Battle Los Angeles. Went to see this with my friends at the theater. It's about aliens taking over the planet, and these soldiers go into like this one portion of the city, and they have to, I guess, quarantine the aliens and try to just, stop the mothership and all that stuff. And it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. I mean, there's better alien movies out there, but for what it was alright. Resident Evil Damnation, an original CGI motion film, or motion picture. I'm a Resident Evil fan. I grew up with the games, and I still play the games till this very day. For the movies, even though I don't love the live-action movies because they're so different from the video games, I still ended up buying them on not Blu-ray, but on DVD. I have them on DVD. I have one of the live-action ones on Blu-ray, which I can show you right now. This one, Resident Evil Retribution, which you can see is not even open yet. That shows you how much I enjoyed the live-action ones, but the CGI ones, I don't mind so much. They're pretty cool. Terminator Salvation. Also saw this at the theater with my friends. I loved it. I loved it. It took the Terminator story to a different setting, a setting that we've all kind of been curious about, and that's the future war between the machines and the humans. And I thought that was interesting. Like, we finally got to see John Connor all grown up and see like how they're, you know, infiltrating the Skynet base and everything and battling the Terminators, and I thought it was cool. I actually like Terminator Salvation. I actually like this one more than the third film, but of course my top favorite will always be Terminator 2 and the first one, of course. Terminator Genesis, well, we won't talk about that film. I like to call that fan service the movie. That's what I like to call Terminator Genesis. And I'm not so sure about the next one, Terminator Dark Fate, but I got Predators here because I do enjoy the first two films, Predator and Predator 2. And as for Predators, I thought it was cool what they did with it. They, instead of having the Predator come to Earth and hunt humans, they took the humans and dropped them off on some random planet so they get to hunt I guess these humans are supposed to be like worthy of hunting. Not as good as the first two, but it was still kind of cool for a Predator film. And for that god-awful fourth movie they came out with recently, don't get me started on that. They broke my heart with that film. Alright, so I have Looper. Can you tell I'm really into sci-fi films? Basically a film about time travel, which can often get confusing in movies about time travel. Dredd. I almost said Judge Dredd, but basically that's who it is. It is Judge Dredd, but there was I want to say the 90s film with Sylvester Stallone, and he played Judge Dredd in the other film. That one was more like a fun, campy comic book film since it is based off a comic, but this one is the more dark, gritty version, and Carl Urban plays Judge Dredd in this one, and it's pretty damn cool. Really cool. Let's see. Do you recognize that actor in the middle there? That is John Boyega from the brand new Star Wars trilogy. And this is the first movie I've seen him in, called Attack the Block. It's about these young, youthful teens and kids trying to stop these aliens from taking over their city. What's funny about the aliens in this is they look like critters, but they have like glowing green teeth and like saliva and stuff, and they look really weird. But it's pretty dope, man. I dig it. Another creature feature I have here of the Gamera trilogy. Because Gamera is a giant monster that I grew up watching along with Godzilla and King Kong and a few others during that time period. Alright. And speaking of Godzilla, there's the first movie, which I already showed you guys right there. Well, the reboot, I guess. And here's the first one, well, of the original, that is, yeah. And this also comes with the American version, so it includes the Japanese and American version. And Pacific Rim. This also has a weird lithograph cover. Went to see this around midnight with a friend, and for some reason I caught a headache that night just because it was really loud. Just a lot of loud noise in this movie. I don't know. But it could have been due to my headache. I mean, it's not a bad film. It's an awesome film. I would recommend it for sure. It's just that night with the stereos just booming, all that loud noise, it was giving me a headache. So I have Guardians of the Galaxy. I enjoyed this one a lot more than the second one, and no, I do not have the second one yet. But at least I have the first one. And I wish the Thanos in this movie, you remember the armor he was wearing in this film? I wish he would have wore that same exact armor for Endgame or Infinity War. If he would have wore that armor in Infinity War, I think I would have been a bit more happy. I would have been a bit more happy because that armor kind of resembles his look from the comics. And for Infinity War, he decided to just, I don't know, wear something casual and be sleeveless, but I get it. I understand he has the Infinity Gauntlet. He's already strong enough that he doesn't really need any armor, but still, the Thanos that they had in this looked pretty awesome, and I wish they would have used him for Infinity War and Endgame, but oh well. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This and Civil War are like the two best ones, in my opinion, out of the Captain America trilogy. And I have those in here too. There's Civil War right here. Alright. And I have, here, I'll just take all those out, put those in. Alright, I have Minions. Don't even know why I bought this, but I bought it, and I have it. Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. Live, Die, Repeat. As you can tell, like I said before, I'm really into sci-fi action films. This one is a really good sci-fi film. I would recommend it. Avengers Age of Ultron, and the very first Avengers film with a lithograph cover there, or slip cover I should say. Alright, so before I forget, I should probably show these. This is not a Blu-ray, this is just a regular DVD format of Uchu Sentai Kyu Ranger. Pretty much Power Rangers. Just one that hasn't come over here in America yet. Avengers Infinity War, one of my favorite films of 2018. And I also have Avengers Endgame, one of my favorites of 2019. So 2018, 2019. Alright. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. I mentioned before in my previous video where I was showing my Power Rangers Lightning collection that I was a fan mostly of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger show, and I love the movie. As cheesy as this movie is, if you grew up as a Power Ranger fan, then I think you would like this movie too. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This has a cool lithograph cover right there where you can see Miles Morales, and then he's Spider-Man again. He's Miles Morales, and then he's Spider-Man. So this is a Amazon exclusive. You can only find this one on the Amazon website. And finally here I have Stranger Things Season 2. I also have Season 1, but it's on that shelf down below with the other Blu-rays. So I'm going to show these right here, and then I'm going to get to that shelf, okay? So let's see if I can hurry through this. Dragon Ball, this is supposed to be Resurrection of F, which is short for Resurrection of Frieza, and this one is Battle of the Gods, because I mentioned before that I am a Dragon Ball Z fan, and I do enjoy Dragon Ball Super. Since there was a very long hiatus without Dragon Ball, because I thought Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, was pretty much done. But he came back with Dragon Ball Super, and I was like, wow, okay, I guess I'm a fan again. Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, which came with a action figure of Reverse Flash. Alright. Ninja Assassin. It's a pretty awesome film. I saw this in the theaters. One part in the opening scene made me jump, though. If you've seen that movie before, you know which part I'm talking about. Oblivion, with Morgan Freeman and Tom Cruise. And it's a sci-fi flick. This is just a steelbook for my Avengers Blu-ray, which pretty much is already secured in a regular case, so that steel case is just a bonus. Trick or Treat. If you are into horror anthologies, this is a good one. Good one I would recommend if you're looking for a good horror anthology to watch around October or Halloween time. I can't believe I still have this. Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell. This was a free Blu-ray that came with my PS3, because I remember the selling point of the PS3 was that it can play Blu-rays, and when I got my PS3 on launch day, it came packaged with this. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. So I have the first one on standard DVD format, and that's it. I saw the third one in theaters, but after that third one, I was done. I was so done with this Michael Bay Transformers. It was just, ugh. It was mainly because I felt like he, I don't know, he didn't portray the Transformers that I always knew and loved from the cartoons. But anyways, Daybreakers. It's a movie. I totally forgot Sam Neill was in this. But anyways, sorry, I got distracted by the cover art. Yeah, this is a movie about vampires. It's not a bad vampire flick to watch around October. Real Steel with Hugh Jackman, also known as Wolverine from the X-Men movies. I remember my mom bought this one. She just came home with this one day and was like, here you go. I'm like, what? Real Steel? Like, what is this? I did watch it once. It was fine. I'll just say that. It was fine. James Cameron's Avatar, which looks incredible on Blu-ray. The special effects for the Na'vi creatures. I think that's what they're called, the Na'vi, right? Could be mistaken. But James Cameron wants to turn this into a huge franchise and make like 20 billion more of these films. Like 20 billion more sequels. So they're coming, guys. Get ready. Jurassic Park 1 and 2, which is called The Lost World. I saw the first one in theaters when I was a kid. Loved it. Second one I didn't see until it came out on VHS videotape. But now, you know, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K Blu-rays are a thing now. So did not mind adding those to my collection since I love Jurassic Park. Warm Bodies. Saw this on Valentine's Day, actually. It's a zombie comedy, zombie rom-com. I thought it was a very charming film. You know, like some of my friends thought it was like a regular like romance comedy. I'm like, no, it's actually kind of funny. It's charming and it's amusing. I dig it. Kingsman: The Secret Service. Saw this at the theaters with my friend, loved it, and had to buy the Blu-ray. Bayonetta, Bloody Fate, which is an anime based off a video game. And I could show that video game right now. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, for the Wii U. This one comes with 1 and 2. And they're currently working on the 3rd game for the Nintendo Switch. Alright, and once again, you probably are tired of me showing sci-fi movies, but I did mention I do like quite a bit of sci-fi films, and this one is Ex Machina, about a computer AI or robotic AI woman that was created, and I guess she gained a consciousness. Blah, I can't speak. Alright. Chappie. I would call this a very gritty sci-fi film. Actually, this is from Neil Blomkamp, right? Yeah, from the director of District 9. So expect like the similar kind of special effects that was in District 9 in that film. Mad Max Anthology. This comes with all 3 of the classic films, and of course Mad Max Fury Road, which I loved. I couldn't stop bragging about Fury Road to my friend after I saw that film. And of course, classic. Can't go wrong with having Ghostbusters 1 and 2 in the collection, because Ghostbusters is awesome. And I grew up watching Ghostbusters. The movie, of course, and the cartoon, which was called The Real Ghostbusters, and there's that other cartoon called Extreme Ghostbusters, I think. And I even have the video game for PlayStation 3, which is right here. And GameStop did send out my copy of the remastered version of this for PlayStation 4, so can't wait to play it again on the PlayStation 4. Alright, so I had to take my camera off the tripod for this portion right here. So I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, which is a sequel to the one that came before this one, which was produced by Michael Bay, that I hated. I hated the first one, but I found the second one to be more tolerable for some reason. And this came with a special gift set that came with some action figures, which I have down here still. Yeah, it came with some masks right there, and some tiny action figures. Alright. So I have King's Glaive, a Final Fantasy 15 story, which basically ties into the Final Fantasy 15 video game. One of my favorite movies on Blu-ray is Drive with Ryan Gosling. He pretty much plays a stunt driver who also operates as a getaway driver for criminals, and one day some bad things happen and he got caught up in quite a mess. So some very intense stuff happens, but yeah, Drive is awesome. I also have the special edition steelbook for Drive with the special artwork on there. Alright. I have The Shallows with Blake Lively, which is a shark film where she is stuck on a rock and she has to figure out how to outsmart the shark and get away from it as it continues to stalk her throughout the entire film. And it's on a weird lithograph cover, so the water turns red with blood. Pretty cool flick. A lot of good jump scares in that got me real good. Deadpool on Steelbook. This is not even open yet, but that's okay because I've seen it on the big screen and seen it a few more times, but at least I have it in my collection. X-Men Apocalypse, which a lot of people hate, But I don't know, something about this one I had fun with when I went to the movies to see this. I actually had fun with X-Men Apocalypse, so of course I had to add it to my movie collection. The Force Awakens, or Star Wars The Force Awakens. I actually really like this one a lot. Fun fact, I did not buy the other one yet, which is The Last Jedi. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go see the third one coming out this December, which is Rise of the Skywalker. I mean, probably. I most likely will. I still need to pick up Rogue One. I enjoyed Rogue One a lot. Wonder Woman on 4K. Really enjoyed Wonder Woman. I also have Black Panther on Steelbook here. Enjoyed that movie a lot as well. I also have the Steelbook of The Death of Superman. And what's cool about this Steelbook is, let's see if I can remove that. There we go. It has a cool artwork on the back of Superman fighting against Doomsday there. It looks beautiful. Alright, so slide that back in there. One of my favorite Marvel films, Thor Ragnarok. Got the Target exclusive one. Love Thor Ragnarok. Is the best one out of all three Thor films. It's just so much fun. Justice League Steelbook here, which is not open, but I've seen it on the big screen anyways with my friend. All right, and whoa, an additional copy of Avengers: Infinity War. I forgot I own 2 copies. So yeah, I have 2 copies of Avengers: Infinity War. More anime, My Hero Academia Season 1. And I have Season 2 and 3, or no, Season 2 actually. Yeah, this is Season 2, Part 2. And this is also Season 2, Part 1. That's right, there was like 2 different box sets for Season 2. So I actually do not have Season 3 yet for My Hero Academia. So I'll have to look into that eventually. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is the Target exclusive one. I do enjoy the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films quite a bit. And there's Stranger Things Season 1 right here. Alright. So down here is just some cartoons. I have this I got from my friend for a Christmas gift. The complete series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Then the next Christmas after that, he got me the complete series of Beetlejuice. I told him he did not need to get me that, but he got me it anyway. These I bought myself. X-Men, which I'm missing Volume 4. So I still need to buy Volume 4. So I have Volume 1 right there. Volume 2. Volume 3. And Volume 5. 4 is the only one I'm missing. I gotta get Volume 4. So yeah, I loved the X-Men animated series during the 90s, watching this on Fox Kids Network. And of course, some Ninja Turtle DVDs based off the 2012 series. This is the final chapters, which is the final few episodes they played before they ended the series. Our special Bebop and Rocksteady episode here. Or episodes, I think there's more than one on that. And the Super Shredder Saga. So I enjoyed the 2012 series of Ninja Turtles quite a bit. I've been collecting quite a few of the figures and stuff like that. Down here, the complete series of the 80s Ninja Turtles, the one that I grew up with. So this nice little box set is shaped like the party wagon and it comes with a bunch of discs with all episodes on there. So plenty of episodes to I guess catch up on. I mean, I did watch them when I was a kid, obviously, but obviously there's a bunch that I most likely missed. Alright, so that's it for part 1 of this video. I am going to upload this and get started on part 2, which is going to be... I need to move that. Which is going to be all of this. All of this. Just all of this row. All of this row. And then I'm gonna get to my other shelf with more DVDs. So thanks for watching. Oh, I hope this wasn't too long. Jeez, I have a feeling this is maybe going on for like 30 minutes. Well, I'll see when I upload it. Alright, I'll see you guys in part 2.